we debate a lot of issues in this building. We make a mistake if we think that this is just another issue. Voting rights are preservative of all other rights. When we're talking about voting rights, we're talking about that which is foundational, that which is formative. All of the other issues we debate happen within the framework of certain democratic assumptions, and those assumptions are being undermined right now. And so I'm very proud of our caucus. I'm glad that we have everybody on the same bill. And today is the beginning of a continuing fight in pursuit of that grand American idea. One person, one vote. I think that all of us who have been given this sacred trust of serving in the Senate, of serving in public office, always have in front of us a fundamental question. Now that we're in this office, whatever the office is, have we now been given power in service to public service? Or will we use the pursuit of public service in service to power? And what we're witnessing in state legislatures all across this country, unfortunately, is the naked, unabashed, unembarrassed use of power at all costs. Race is part of the equation. Students are being marginalized. Many instances, elderly folks. But this is an American problem. It might be taking place in Georgia and in Arizona and other states, but this is a fundamental American issue, and it shouldn't be partisan. We're in a fight for the soul of our democracy, and we are determined to stay in that fight until we protect the voices of the people in their own house. Now, I know that many say, how in the world are you going to do this? Well, I happen to be the pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church, where Martin Luther King Jr. preached and where John Lewis worshiped. And as I was preparing to preside over John Lewis's service last summer, I asked myself, what was he thinking when he was crossing that Edmund Pettus Bridge? Surely he wasn't thinking that one day he'd get a Presidential Medal of Freedom. He didn't care about that. He didn't have much reason to believe that he would win and that we would pass voting rights as quickly as we did. John Lewis stood up for what's right because, as Martin Luther King Jr. said, the time is always right to do what's right. And so we call on our colleagues on the other side of the aisle. You still have an opportunity to stand on the right side of history. You still can do the right thing. And know that this is not the difference between left and right. This is the difference between right and wrong.
And before I take questions, I just want to